Welcome to Medcast. Here, we delve into the latest breakthroughs in medicine, equipping you with knowledge that can enhance your health and well being in day to day life. My name is Dr. Wafaa Faysal, and my guest for this podcast is Mrs. Petra Kmetec. Mrs. Petra Kmetec is a life coach and a transformational coach with a special interest in helping women in middle age crisis. Petra, because we are friends, I will allow myself to call you Petra. Welcome to Madcast. It's a big pleasure to have you with us. And you are a friend also on the personal level. And I really like and appreciate what you are doing in transformational coaching and in helping women, especially in middle life crisis or middle aged crisis, whatever you want to call it. So, welcome to Madcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much for having us. It's an honor. So, Petra, we mentioned women in the midlife crisis. So, what do you do in general to women who seek your help as a life coach during this time of their life?
Yeah, usually when people seek me out, in their life, everything looks perfect. So they have a good job, they have a nice family, or they're seeking a new partner, but there is something missing. So they're in this fork in the road where they want to do something else or they want to do something more to feel fulfilled and to feel happy inside, and there that is where I come in. So I try to guide them and seek with them together, what is this that brings them happiness and what is that
Interesting.
new purpose that they can also start living in their lives, because we don't have only one purpose. We can have multiple purposes that really fulfills us and bring the smile on our faces.
Yes. This is very interesting because I thought who seek you might be passing through a time of problems or, some crisis or some changes. So it's not always the case. Sometimes life is very stable, and yet the woman feels she is not fulfilled. She needs to speak to someone. There's a missing piece, let's say, in her life. So that's very interesting. I think this comes from human beings. Like to be fulfilled, we need to be attaching our thinking to a goal or
Yes.
to a goal that really we are passionate about and we strive to achieve it. Probably this comes from this
Yeah.
passion. That
Yes, because when we have this everything and we are in our comfort zone, we we strive for more. So we get bored and we don't our life just feels like something is missing. That's why we need something more, something different. And when people don't know what to search for or what are their passions, there are so many techniques they can use. And one is, for example, if you think about yourself, like cloning yourself in 5 different universes, let's say some parallel universes, what would you do as Wafa in Earth number 1, Earth number 2, Earth number 3? And then you can start from there. Maybe this is like a baseline, and then you start, okay, if I want to be a singer, I can maybe go on Friday nights going to karaoke or just taking some singing lessons. But also this is for people who want something more, but they feel like they have everything. But people who come to me, like maybe with some problems, we start to solve those problems like on a little deeper level, not on this superficial level. Oh, I'm stressed. Why are you stressed? Is it because your tendency to be perfect, your tendency to please somebody else, to always have this smile on the face, so there are so many different stuff. So then we start to go a little bit deeper into somatic level, into body levels, also because body has so many interesting informations for us. And we just search. We are like Sherlock Holmes,
yes,
searching for the root causes of our thinking, of our behaviors, because our subconscious is driving the show. And when we put a light on it, when we see, okay, this is why I'm acting the way I am, this is why I am triggered by the same type of people all and over again, then we can start shifting our behaviors, also our thinking, and we can reach different goals. Because when we have some goal, for example, okay, I want to quit smoking, you would done that like 100 times ago if it would be really easy. But there is something in between, some obstacle. Okay, what is this that I'm not
reaching the goal.
this goal. And then we start doing this.
Yes. So there is so much of psychology there.
Oh, yeah.
I know you have a background in psychology, so it's a bit relating to related to coaching, right? Psychology and coaching are a bit
Yes.
interrelated, interconnected.
Yes, I do like that because I was training psychology, so I use a lot of psychology inside my coaching. And I think this is the part that really helps, because if you only have like actionable steps and you don't resolve the issues, then maybe you get there, but then you relapse.
Right.
So if you want to have like really long-lasting results, then you have to resolve a bit deeper problems.
Yes. You do therapy for these patients if you find they need, or you send them to a therapy, psychology,
Yeah,
psychologist.
if there is something that is really like deep and that I can see that they have some really big traumas or something like that, that I don't want to deal with, then I for sure send them for somebody who is really specialized in what they need. So, yeah.
There is a very interesting thing that human beings need to be coachable. Even for example, going to the gym, it's very popular nowadays to have a personal trainer, a fitness coach. The big CEOs of big companies, you find all the time they have a business coach with them. So it is like now very clear to us that human beings require coaching. So I think it's very normal nowadays to people to really seek the help from a life or transformational coach like yourself, because it really makes a difference, especially when it comes to the mindset.
Yes.
So, growth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell us about the growth mindset? If we can start, me and you, to maybe define mindset, first of all.
Yeah. So mindset is the way of thinking, the way you are used to think, and you learned how to think from your primarily family. So from your mom, from your dad, brother, sister, uncles, like
You received all this information.
yeah. And for example,
And mindset organizes this information that you continuously have received and
like
still receiving. Yes.
So it's
yes.
like I'm having now this transparent lens, but I could have also some really black lenses on or some pink lenses on, and I would see the world differently. So if I see through like really pinkish glasses, so everything would be so pinky and nice.
Yes.
But through the dark ones, I wouldn't see so much. So
Very nice illustration.
yeah. And then you can start thinking about, okay, growth mindset is I can make a mistake. I can learn from a mistake. It's good to have a mistake because I will learn something new and I will expand my comfort zone. And I will have a bit bigger maneuver to, I could deal better with problems. I could have bigger goals because I know I can achieve them. But with fixed mindset, it's I cannot do a mistake. So I'm not gonna set goals for myself that are a little bit bigger because I might fail. And if I fail, I will be a loser. And I don't want to be a loser because this is fixed mindset. So I want to be perceived like really perfect, good, the best in the eyes of the others.
This is difficult.
This is difficult.
Very difficult.
And change this, it's possible.
Yes. With your expertise.
Yes.
So how you do that? How do you change the mindset of people?
First, they have to be willing to. So if you're not willing to, then you cannot. But just opening up the eyes that change is good. It's not something to be afraid of. It's not something scary. You do it gradually. You don't just jump from stage 1 to stage 10. You go slowly. Stage 1.1, 1.2, 2, 3, 4, and then like this. So slowly, with a lot of examples, with a lot of trials and errors, with a lot of small investigations, because we are like a scientist in the lab. Sometimes it comes to that I have to teach my clients to make deliberate mistakes. So maybe they are used to do things on, I don't know, in one way. And I said to them, okay, do it tomorrow the other way around and just make something that is not okay in your view. Let's say you put on one white sock and one gray sock on, and then you see what happens, you know? And usually people see that nothing happens, everything is okay.
Yes.
And then they can start to let themselves have a little bit bigger mistakes that are not mistakes, you know?
Yes.
It's just
They,
different
yeah,
kind of thinking.
yes, the thinking is the way you think either sets you free or imprisons you.
Yes.
This is very clear.
And many people, especially now, our youth, because of the social media, they have really high standards for themselves. You need to look the certain way, you need to dress the certain way, you need to be in certain environments to be okay, to be accepted by others, to be accepted by yourself in the end. Because if you don't accept yourself, then you will look through this lens, nobody else is accepting me.
Exactly.
So being friend with yourself, this is the first step. To be a little bit more compassionate, to be a little bit more kind with yourself, that you know that you are okay, that even if something scary is out there, you say to yourself, Petra, you got this. You can do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just breathe in, relax, and do. Be,
Yep.
be courageous, you know?
Yes, very true. So the objective of having you, Petra, also because Medcast is a medical podcast, for our listeners to know that goals for health, let's say, or goals for lifestyle changes, where healthy lifestyle changes are also set by many people, and sometimes it's very difficult for them to attain or to commit to these goals. So we want to know from you as a life coach, how can people set their goals for a better health, for changes in their lifestyle into healthier ones? And with your help as a life coach, what can you do for them? Like take us step by step into this journey.
Yeah. So it's, you start always with, why do I want this? It's not just, I want to have a healthy living. Why? Why do you want better living? Like, do you want to be healthy when you're 80, 90, 100 and you want to be able to take care of yourself? Then you need to go to the gym today and build up your muscles. And go to the healthy checkups every year to see doctors that, or do a blood test or do some screening, especially for ladies, do breast screening. So that's why we need to have the deeper why. Why do I want something? And from then, that point on, then we start doing the goals. So little steps. Maybe checking just the person's way of life and what can they do. So it's not one recipe for everybody. You have like really busy schedule. I cannot say you, okay, meditate in the morning 20 minutes and go for the gym for 1 hour and then do this and this, because you have so many different stuff to do. So
Especially in this modern life, life is very fast, and people are working and full-time jobs, and it's really not easy to
it's not easy.
to organize this time, but it can be done.
It can be done.
It
So
can-
you can also wave inside something. Maybe you sit in the car and you remember, okay, I need like 3 minutes for mindful breathing, because this will decrease my stress levels. And you know, if you don't have so much stress hormones in your body, then your health is better. And
We're coming to stress management.
yeah, so then you just sit there in the car and maybe take a nice deep breath in with prolonged exhale for 3 times, and that's it. And then you drive off.
Yes.
You know, or maybe your phone starts ringing, and then you need to remind yourself, okay, how do I feel? What is my body signaling me? Because our body is there telling us a lot of stories.
Exactly.
And if I found myself when I see maybe, or I go for a coffee, that my shoulders are really tense and pulled high up. Okay, relax. Why? What is going on? Do I feel under pressure? Do I want to avoid something? Do I feel overwhelmed? And then with all those mindful techniques that you can wave in your everyday day for just maybe a second or two, just that you are aware of what is going on around you. And
This is what they call mindfulness, right?
yes,
When you are aware of what's going on inside your psyche and body. Yes.
then you can reduce your stress levels, and then you don't have this chronic stress response that where your whole body is heightened, and then you can get to the burnout or get some diabetes or some really heavy illnesses because of that. So I think that's why it's important.
So to summarize up, Petra, what you have mentioned, that people who want to improve their lifestyle to a healthier one, they should answer the question why. why they want a healthier lifestyle, why they want to improve their health. And of course, like there are a million of answers to this question because this is the right thing to do actually. And from there, you start to organize their life. Do you use a paper and pen and probably write for them a schedule where they can fit their meditation and their gym timings and sleep timings? Do you do that sometimes?
Sometimes, but usually what my approach is that I ask clients, for example, what would you like to do? So because for somebody meditation is good way, for somebody running is a good way, and this is like meditation for them. So I don't give them a recipe. So you need to do this and this and this. I give them a lot of options, or I just ask them, give me like 10 different things that you can do that fulfills yours and that fulfills you. And what can you do each day?
Yes.
So we start from what are your
Basic
wishes,
level.
what are your like desires, what brings you joy? Because what brings me joy doesn't bring you joy. So
Exactly.
it has to bring you joy, and you have to enjoy in that. Or if we start with movement, do you like gym, or do you like to go for a swim, or do you like to go for a yoga, or horse riding, or playing golf? And then we see, okay, how much time do I need for that? And also the driving there and driving back and showering in between. What can I do every day or every second day or maybe hiking during the weekend? And
Yes.
yeah, like this.
Yes. And then commitment.
Mm-hmm.
As a life coach, do you call your clients, let's say, or the people you deal with on daily basis to ask about them, or they have to write for you an email or something describing what's happening, or how do you do the follow-ups?
It's always an agreement between us, like what somebody wants. Maybe they have an accountability partner at home and they do this stuff with them, and then on the next time we see each other, they just say to me, okay, I did this and this and this. For somebody, they want to have like regular calls or follow-ups, or is enough for them that they just send me a WhatsApp text. Okay, I did this, I did that. When I did this 3-minute meditation in a car, I felt really relaxed afterwards, and I didn't rush so much. Or just it really depends, because somebody don't want to be bothered,
Yes.
but somebody needs somebody to just hold them for their hands.
Yes. So it's a thin line.
Mm.
You play on a thin line where you are holding them accountable, we can say. And on the other part, you cannot be pushing them. Otherwise, they will, yeah, this is also the psychology. If you force them to do it, they will rebel against it, and they don't want to do it again, which is not our aim. But yes, setting like goals to improve health are really very important. And we don't want to think, as you said, about today only. We have to think about the coming 10 years or the coming 20 years, the coming 30 years, about our 90s and hundreds, especially now in the era of longevity medicine and anti aging medicine. It's very important to set these goals as early as possible. The time is now, I say. The time is now always to start something even if we fail, but just trying again and again, we will reach in the end. And with the support of a life coach, I think this is very it's amazing because we have someone to talk to describe what we feel. And with all the mindfulness techniques that you teach them, I think their journey will be easier.
Yeah, and now when you mentioned longevity, so it's really one good question that I like to ask somebody. Okay, you want to live till your hundreds, but how do you want to live? Do you want to live happy, or do you want to live angry on the world, or resentful with resentment and just not feeling okay with yourself, or you want to be like really content with yourself and happy? And this is this growth mindset, and this is what mm, my work is based on.
Yes,
To give them sparkle in their eye. Because why would you live till 100 if you have this anger inside yourself,
very true.
you know?
Yes. Exactly. So when we speak anti-aging and longevity, the first and most important part, which maybe people don't talk about it so much, which is the happiness. Because in the research, they found that those who lived till hundreds were always happier than others. They were always happier than others. They didn't mention their habits and how much they went to the gym at that time because maybe they were just doing physical activity in the outdoors and in the field or wherever, but they were always happier than others. So, really being in a content state and happy. Of course, stresses in life are there, but knowing how to manage them and having the awareness how to control the stress is very, very important for longevity. Now, this takes me to the coming question, which is meditation.
Okay.
Because I am not into meditation. Hopefully, I will be into a meditation one day. But how does meditation help people reduce their stress levels? And is there any scientific evidence behind meditation?
There are plenty. There are really plenty. Now, one recent research was made that they were doing MRI scans with people who were doing 20 minutes of meditation, mindfulness meditation per day, and their perception of pain went really down. So this was done with people who had chronic pain. So they didn't feel pain as much as they did before. So this is, I think, really, really a good one.
What are the types of meditation that deal with reducing stress?
Um, it's from 10 minutes on. So it can be also, people start with 1 minute. You can do it 1 minute, you can do it 5 minutes. It's good that you do it regularly because first month you won't feel the difference. And now in this instant gratification days, everybody wants, okay, I did a meditation, now everything should change, but it doesn't work like that. So it's like going to the gym. You have to do it regularly if you want to see some long-lasting results. And after 30 days, you feel more calm. You feel that you can handle stresses of every day with much more ease because you are not reacting, but you are responding. So you don't just burst into action, but you think before, okay, if I do this, what are the consequences? Maybe I can do something else. And you see the whole forest, not just some trees in front of you. So this is a really good thing. You have a lot more emotional stability. You can regulate your emotions much, much better. And also, one study was made, not a study, but it was an observation in schools in the States. They started in some schools with meditation during the school breaks with kids, and kids were saying that they observed that they feel more capable and they feel more calm and they feel like their academic grades are better. So I think this is meditation should be. It's like showering, no? It's like showering. So it's shower for your mental states, for your emotions.
It's something you learn from experts, or just you can find information everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are so many apps for
And there are
meditation.
techniques for breathing, the meditations.
So there are also different meditations. So you can have guided meditation, you can have like mindfulness meditation, you can have those Zen practices or yoga practices meditation. It's so many different styles. You can just sit and just look into one candle or a flame, and this is a meditation for you.
Yes,
So
yes, that's great. I need to wrap this episode, Petra Kmetec. It was a real pleasure to have you with us. I want to leave the final word for you for our to our listeners.
yeah, my advice would be that don't hesitate to reach out for help if you have some difficulties, because we all were facing something in our lives, and it's much easier to overcome some obstacles if we have a helping hand with somebody who knows what he's doing. So just go out and reach to somebody that you trust, because coaching and therapy has to be done in a safe space. If you don't trust somebody, then it won't work. So you need to find somebody that you trust, and that's the right person for you. So, but others, just be mindful. Be mindful of yourself, of your thoughts, of your body. And during the day, try to slow down a little bit. Just slow down, think about, okay, what am I feeling? What do I think right now? Is this situation stressful for me, or how can I reframe it so that I will be more enthusiastic about it? So I think this is some.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Petra Kmetec, for this lovely podcast and these insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.